Alright, so we've got mail. Yep, gotta reread that. And Dad's got a request. He thinks we're friends with Chod for some reason, and I don't know why. Also, he looks a little blue, because, you know, Proto Man's name is Blue, so you get it. That probably wasn't intentional, but you know what? It works.
I don't get it because the translation doesn't work.
Yeah, he sure isn't. Haha, yeah, anyway, about that, I'm just gonna leave and talk to a kid I don't like at all. Alright, so our stories about the Undernet are the best. That's a weird thing to just say out of the blue.
I forgot about the Undernet.
Ah, so you know about the dark web.
I was about to say I forgot that the dark web is canon and way dumber in Battle Network.
So yeah, we're approaching the point where we're more or less going to be side questing a little bit. What we'll be doing today, of course, will all be plot important, but there's a lot of internet to explore, and no, I haven't heard of the internet, please tell me. Access is only for criminals. Oh well, some chips, huh? Yeah, World 3 server, probably. Seems like a real crime zone, they might like that. Ah, and here's the reason you don't want to trade your escape chips. Because if you give him one of each code, he'll give you a Night Sword G. G's not the best code, but Night Sword's real good. We'll be seeing that line of chips relatively soon, though, so it's not the worst that we're not getting it here.
So, because of perspective, I thought this man was on the roof.
I just love escaping. Here I am on the roof where I can't escape.
Getting to the roof was the escape. No one can reach me here.
I'm free of society's chains. Oh, well, that's horrifying. I heard we were all gonna die.
Well, bye.
I have to face my own mortality. So yeah, everybody's just kind of terrified right now, because nobody knows what World 3 is gonna do. But you know what they're probably not going to do? Fight Dex. So we're gonna do that instead. Alright, Gutsman v3. You think he's tough this time?
Probably not.
He really isn't. It's more or less the same. He really likes breaking panels, but for the most part he just does this for a bit. He of course also has Guts Punch if you hang out in the front row for too long, which, you know, is an unpredictable attack if you don't know he's going to do it. Oh, also here's Buster Sword. True to its name, turns your sword into a, or it turns your Buster into a sword rather. Of course, it's short range, but really strong. Fortunately, not much I can do there. Come on, let me get one more hit in. Please.
Of course, since
Okay, so yeah, there's Guts Punch.
this is Gutsman v3, he does now have 26 secret techniques.
But he only uses like 5 of them.
He uses half of them, and then the writers just gave up. But they introduced Gutserman, so it all works out.
Yeah, they say he's a combination of Gutsman's 1 and 2, but like, they were pretty basic Gutsmen in the first place, so
There's no
it really doesn't mean
differentiation
much.
between all three of them, really. Like, honestly, Gutserman is the first one to be any really different at all.
Yeah, he's got a grappling arm and everything.
It is weird that he just has a human lower half of a face.
Oh, I hate that idea.
Man, I hope your audience is familiar with Showa-era Kamen Rider.
Probably not. Alright, so let's go check out town and see if we can find Chod around here. Is anybody angsting around here? Need to know.
You just have to loudly announce Chad is shit and I can beat him up and he will just teleport behind you.
Very personal kid and just roundhouse kicks you. Well, in the meantime, why don't we fight Miyu? I mean, I wish you'd finish that sentence, but whatever. Best line again. Alright, Skullman V2. Hi Anubis. You're probably not as useful as one might think, but I don't really have much to start with. Chip synergy's better than it has been in other episodes, but it's still not great. So this should at least chip a little bit of damage off of him, and hey, Anubis has at least enough durability to survive a hit, which, to be honest, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. It's so broken. That's pretty much all we got, so... Ooh, this is backing me into a corner. That's not good. Thankfully, that wasn't too bad. Managed to catch him when he was trying to attack, and ooh, Skullman.EXE. Nice. So, Skullman has a good letter for his code. S is always useful, especially if you've, kept these sword chips. They're usually S code. It's a single target attack that does, I think, 150 damage, and that's just the first version of that chip. So it's real good. Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, we were actually supposed to check Scilab first, but I wanted to fight Miyu, even though we'll kind of be coming back here in a bit. Alright, is this email from Jod talking about calling me out? No? Okay.
That's what you gotta do. Make your call-out post on your Twitter.com. Chad the Net Hunter is a bitch-ass motherfucker.
Alright, so we're learning about aura viruses, which I'm sure we'll see soon enough. They have an ability similar to our own barrier in that, they've got a shield. However, you have to do an amount of damage equal to their shield's HP to make it disperse. We're all gonna die, but lunch, come on.
Can't fight an empty stomach, also, I'm not fighting.
I'm not fighting, but I'll probably be burning to death, but I don't want to do that on an empty stomach either. And speaking of burning to death, well, no fire chips here, but if we had one, oh, Woodman would be in trouble. Okay, ooh, that's a whole lot of stakes. As usual, area grab chips, pretty helpful just to give you more room to move around. Also, God, I do not have anything to work with right now. That's not great.
So I wasn't paying attention. Which version of Woodman is this?
I think this might be V3. It is hard to tell because this game doesn't actually give you enemy names when you fight them. Later games do that, so we'd see which version of Woodman we were fighting if this were, I think, any other game in the series. Forget if they start that with 2. Also, geez, that's a lot.
Shove your gun up against his stomach and start firing.
Even if you've not upgraded your rapid, that is actually a pretty good way to deal some damage. Because it'll still fire pretty quickly if the bullet hits him, sooner rather than later. And we get Woodman 2. Protect nature. Alright, well, on the bright side, this should only be Sharkman version 2, so it'll only be a little painful. Alright, Sharkman, still a pain. I know I mentioned that before. Still true. He didn't actually get easier by getting more HP. Thankfully my chip setup should at least be a little better, I think.
I wish that like Sharkman V1 and V2 was like this, and then Sharkman V3 was actually Sharknado Man.
Now that would be a nightmare.
You just spawn in and it's a bunch of sharks spinning around in a tornado on the blue side of the screen.
Well, this is just unreasonable.
Just one of those, the fuck am I even looking at moments.
That'll be for the ROM hack. Kaizo Battle Network.
Oh god. That exists, doesn't it?
Problem. Actually, I don't know if it does. I do not know the hacking scene of Battle Network. In fact, one of the games only got translated fairly recently, Mega Man Battle Network 4.5, which was basically a game where, like, it was more or less what if you actually had your own Navi, so it doesn't really have a story, but you can just explore the internet. A whole lot of the Battle Network series Navis are playable, although I don't think you directly control them, you just give them chips. Which is a weird sentence now that I think about it.
Was this like an official game, or?
Yeah, it was an official game, but it never got translated officially.
Okay, well, it's an unofficial translation, okay. I don't know much about the standard information for Battle Network, so it's trying to process this, you know, underground information's a little tricky for me.
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, Anubis works even if Sharkman's diving, which is good. You get Sharkman.EXE, which is an attack that just hits everyone. Does decent damage, not as good as Skullman, but yeah, it just... you create 3 shark fins and they just attack. It's real good. But yeah, 4.5 always seemed pretty rad when I was younger. I wanted to play it, but now I'm older and I don't have free time, so I don't know how it is actually. I mean, the crisis isn't over, old man. World 3 is gonna kill us all, you know.
Look, just because some states are starting to reopen doesn't mean that COVID-19 doesn't exist anymore.
Wrong virus.
Oh, sorry. Just thought I'd date the video because I know these aren't getting released for like months.
Yeah, so when we're all post-apocalypse, we'll finally get to see this video.
Oh, this thing isn't helping me at all.
Turns out I'm just stumped. Where did World 3 go? Are they on the crime internet? I don't know.
You gotta find their IP address.
Where's the dark web?
Like, do we even know who is this 4chan?
Lan just rolls his eyes and is like, adults, am I right? They don't understand anything about the youth. So we can't find Chad anywhere here. Someone mentioned that he's in Dentown. We talked over that, I think, but he's there, so... yeah, I could have fought Miu now. Whoops. It's easy to forget about the war when you're shopping. Just, retail therapy. It'll help you until it doesn't. Just grind the endless gears of capitalism. When World 3 fails, capitalism will come in with a steel chair. It's fine.
Oh no. Well, there goes that. Child's just gonna be missing forever.
No, this town absolutely isn't safe. Remember when a lot of cars exploded? Oh no. Summer school teacher's sad. Well, I'm sure that won't be relevant to anything ever.
I think she's upset because she's being forced to teach summer school outside of summer.
Alright, so we need to take that moody energy, but we need to figure out its signature and see if we can find it elsewhere in the city. Really makes you think, doesn't it? Battle Network asking the hard questions. Not really answering them though, just saying like, what about?
All you really gotta do for most kids media.
Hey kids, you ever think about the ramifications of autopilot and how it doesn't really recognize human beings? Oh hey Chad, how's it going? Speaking of a car wreck. Are you a criminal? Tell me about the dark web.
So,
what do you mean this isn't working?
I forget, have I already mentioned that this design looks incredibly similar to Taiga from Kamen Rider X8?
I don't know if you have, but you know, now that you mention
White
it, yeah,
hair,
he's got
camo
the pants,
pants.
he's got the hair. Why'd I ever need your help? I'm just interviewing random people and asking them if they know how to access the dark web.
Do I have to shove my Ethernet cable through darkness? What do I do?
So any World 3 member should know how to access the Undernet. I mean, I feel like that's not true. Mr. Match doesn't strike me as the type who would really know about that sort of thing. But we might have a lead on how to get to the dark web after all.
I can't decide if dark web or undernet is the dumber name.
Probably the Undernet.
Right, but I feel like it's because I've gotten used to the dark web.
Alright, so we know a former criminal. You want us some chips? No. So we have to talk to Higsby from over here. You wanna inside the Undernet? Wanna what? Wanna what? Oh, also there's a Vile poster over there. Hey Vile, how's it going?
Oh yeah. So is this, I'm sorry if we've gone over this, but this is a situation where all the other Mega Man licenses exist as video games, right? In this world?
I guess so, yeah. Like, Battle Network is its own canon. Battle Network and Star Force are on a separate timeline, so other things just sort of exist. Alright, so, Higsby has given us access to the Undernet. What a cool poster. What a worthless poster.
Walk up to Chad, what a cool poser.
Alright, so this is Number Man V2. I think we could have fought V2 way earlier but didn't, because I kind of kept forgetting to do so. This might be V3, not entirely sure. Either way, same thing as usual. He sends orbs at you, destroy them with damage. Once he loses enough HP, he'll start sending bombs and dice. They explode. And that's pretty much it. Number Man never moves because he's a nerd. Also, having an upgraded Buster makes this battle really easy. Because they do kind of just assume that, you know, you might not have an upgraded Buster, so they have to make some of these orbs destroyable with the Buster. And hey, come on, iframes, work with me here. But yeah, you know, they don't want to just assume, hey, you've gotten a whole lot of Buster upgrades, so let's up the threshold that you need to destroy the orbs. Because that would kind of make this battle a little bit bullshit, especially if you're the type to do low-level runs. I'm not, because that always sounds boring, but, you know, if you are, Battle Network team's looking out for you. also, Buster Sword is not useful in this battle unless you area grab twice, at which point it will be incredibly useful because you can just stab Number Man repeatedly. And also, you have so much room to navigate. Of course, I think when his explosions go off, they just hit everywhere anyway, so that doesn't help that much, but you get it. So yeah, that's V2 of Number Man. We'll fight V3 later. I don't feel like doing that battle again right now, though. So at the moment, DEXE's PC is the quickest way to get to the farthest point in the internet. Of course, throughout the course of the game, we have gotten a whole lot of shortcuts from the optional battles. So, like, Sal and Miyu at Dad is also incredibly useful. Masa's not so much. But yeah, now we gotta go to the dark web.
If I'm getting on the dark web, I'm not using my own computer, I'll use DEXE's. Who cares about him?
You know, I wasn't even thinking like that, but actually, good plan, Lan.
When the federal investigators of Japan break into DEXE's room and arrest him for accessing IPs he shouldn't have.
No, that kid's definitely a criminal. Look at that fucking rhino horn he's got. That's weird hair. Get him. Also, you do need to have defeated Miyu in order to access this area, but that's fine. You're probably going to fight Miyu since, you know, the main quest has you go to her antique shop, so it would be kind of a waste to not talk to her. For the time being, we're fighting a whole lot of repeat viruses. I also want to access at Miyu. Extremely good background. So yeah, Dentown's a little far away though. It's kind of an awkward place to get to access the internet. There are better areas to go through, and oh hey, it's you. So yeah, nothing we haven't really seen before overall, but I think these are new-ish enemies. I know you're Flappy 3, forget if we've seen 3. Certainly we've seen their chip, because Quake 3 is really useful. You really don't need to upgrade Rapid that much, because if you really need a Rapid shot, just get close to an enemy, it's fine. Oh yeah, and there's the heat armor. I could get that, but I won't. So Ice Cube creates an Ice Cube. That's useful to protect yourself. Want Cloudier A, and I guess I'll get Ice Cube I don't know why I did that. I had some, like, there is some strategy to use for that. Punch attacks like the Guts Punch one we have actually send blocks like that forward, so you can combine an Ice Cube and, again, something like Guts Punch, or I think it's like Ice Punch? Yeah, Ice Punch. We got it right there. So yeah, those can be combined to make a projectile out of blocks in your own area, or close by ones in the enemy area as well. A little bit situational, but still pretty useful if you know when to use it. Come on, show off Skullman. No? Okay.
I can do that too, says Flappy V3.
Okay, I have to show Skullman, right? Okay, good. Otherwise, I don't know why I would have kept this fight in. Alright, so, Skullman, arise. He just launches his head at an enemy. He'll always go for the closest enemy, so if there's a super tough enemy in the back row, but there's something in front of it, sorry, but you're not attacking it unless it comes forward.
Man looks like that one rock and roller character from Darkstalkers.
Oh,
Lord
I
Rap.
forget his name. Yeah. Who can just summon a shark to party.
It is the only character to share an American voice actor in both the 90s cartoon and the OVA. Not American English. It was Canadian.
Alright, access to the Undernet has opened. Oh no, viruses!
Oh no, a virus!
We haven't even stepped into the dark web, and we're getting attacked. Oh, it's these bozos again. This is not a fun fight.
Mom says it's my turn on the Undernet.
You've already had your Undernet time. You've been there for ages. Alright, so gray means that's actually Flow Shell 3, and the other ones are Hardhead 3, so this is tougher than that vending machine fight we got earlier. So, if you had trouble with that one, guess what? You're gonna have trouble with this one. That being said, though, of course, that does help you prepare for this battle strategy-wise, because it's tougher, but it is the same strategy. If you had one, anyway. I'm not the most equipped for this. Get him! Such a good attack, though.
I will say this is an easy way to get ahead.
Ha ha ha! Buried alive, why are you even in this game? Alright, so you can't really area grab past these guys because of their shield, but you can eventually do this once he lets up, please. No? Okay. I was gonna try to remove his barrier, but I guess I got cold feet on that. Maybe due to the fact that he was just constantly attacking, I don't know. Anyway, you can area grab to the point where you can sword him to death, so there's that. Oh, we got mail. Okay.
Otacon, what is it?
Oh, I just remembered, Snake, you can't actually go that far into the Undernet. You gotta have 3 other memos. So, yeah, they make you come all this way to the Undernet, only to backtrack. Oh, I don't want to be deleted. We are gonna check out a little bit of this, though. Just because we gotta see the new enemies. Alright, so we've seen B-Tanks before, but that's B-Tank 3. They just attack in a real big area. Do not stand in the center or you will be hit. That is a tricky enemy because you just have to dodge in between those shockwaves. So yeah, that's Gaia. You can do a little bit of damage to them before they remove their armor, but it's only 1 damage at a time. They are weak once they reveal themselves, but yeah, that attack of theirs is pretty tricky to dodge, so be wary of that one. Alright, let's see. So, there we go. Yeah, just more Matar 3s. We know their deal by now, but how does Anubis fare? Well, first off, you absolutely want this on the enemy side, because if it's not on the enemy side, Gaia will destroy it. Oh, Anubis, you're my best friend.
Lan says that, and Mega Man just looks incredibly hurt.
Ah, these jerks. Which jerks? I don't quite know. It's hard to tell what version of these enemies we're fighting until they actually come down. Oh, it's just these jerks. The less dangerous jerks. I believe the green ones are the harder versions of the enemies.
It's him, it's Pineco from Pokemon.
He's got a human head for some reason, and I'm gonna be honest, it's kinda weirded me out. Oh yeah, also they're called Popper, and yeah, that is just the first one. Also, I love how even the net merchants are just real shady. Unfortunately, my purchases earlier prevented me from getting that power-up. I truly am a fool.
Only you didn't buy that ice block. Ice cube, whatever it was.
Why did I buy that ice cube? Somebody who's good at budgeting, please help me, my family is dying. Mega Man really wants that power-up program. He's got an axe, and I think he's gonna use it. Alright, now I think I'm only going to be going up to a certain point, but there should be a thing eventually, I think. Maybe this is mostly just an item clearing thing. Does help to just, you know, have everything out of the way for next time we want to go through here. Those World 3 jerks. I'm a criminal, nah. It is a bit of a shame that the Undernet doesn't have any different background. I do love the spinning E's, of course, but like, those World 3 jerks have it set up so you can't get back. I'm a criminal. But yeah, it would be nice if you could differentiate that you're actually in the Undernet. In part because viruses in the Undernet will suplex you. So it would be nice to have a visual distinction.
Rotating 3D word art of the word crime.
God, if only. Alright, so we've got to go find memos. Okay, good for you. So, there's one scientist who has a memo. We gotta go find him. His is, I believe, the easiest. So, of course, that's the waterworks. We need to be at the actual Scilab, because there are no waterworks criminals. They're all on the up and up.
Once we get this memo, we gotta, use it, then we gotta take it to a place that's really cold, then use it again. Take it to a place that's really hot.
Hey, are you a World 3 member?
You have to tell me if you're a World 3 member.
Alright, Chaud's plan actually worked. We just need to know the right people. Alright, thankfully there are specifically 2 people who just quit the terrorist organization and aren't dead. I mean, good for them, but,
It is an internet-based terrorist organization.
So they're just ghosting, basically. Wily keeps trying to call them, but they're just like, I'm gonna leave them. I'm gonna leave them on red.
And I guess we don't know how important these guys were. There'd be a Tumblr story of somebody whose dad was like a burger flipper at a restaurant owned by the Mafia, and when he tried to quit, somebody pointed a gun at him and said, "No one leaves," and the boss was like, "Shut the fuck up. He just flips burgers, he doesn't even do it well, let him go." Maybe it's that situation. like, shut up, he just writes the memos for us.
Thankfully Wily's pretty casual. It could turn out real bad if we had any criminals who are a little more vicious. I did meet somebody who knows a lot about World 3, but he's not here. He's an identical old man in a different town. Alright, so there's still one more member left to look for in the city. One's a dead end, but the other... Hey, you were racked with guilt, right? Alright, so, right here she's going to check your Navi, which means, you have to be at a certain level in order to make progress here, otherwise she won't tell you anything. You've got to be level 35, so that means get a whole lot of power-ups and HP memories, and have at least 75 chips in your library. So, yeah, progress block, it's great. But we get the Yuri memo, so, silver lining. Alright, one dude left to find, and just in case you want to know, you do actually have to talk to Miss Yuri first, before the other guy will actually tell you anything. Which is weird because, like, Yuri is a character with a portrait. She's not, like, hugely plot important or anything, but, you know, we're gonna be talking to an identical old man, so, you know.
Weird that they decided he was gonna be the last one.
Well, there might be a reason for that. You think I'm an ex-member of the World 3? Wait, let me see that Navi. I don't think he has any difference, check or anything, so it's not a new progress block. But yeah, apparently this guy was Wily's assistant. Again, don't know how you managed to get out. Wily must have left you a lot of messages. He's been asking for coffee a lot, and he's never gotten it. It's been months.
So is this Battle Network Dr. Cossack?
No. He's just an old man.
Okay.
I don't even know if he's that important. He might just be lying about being Wily's assistant. We're never gonna speak to him again. Alright, so let's log on to the internet, and next time on Mega Man Battle Network. Surprise! It's not gonna be progress, you fool! We're going to be doing post-game stuff.